My name is Oke Ndibe, and it's my pleasure to introduce Dr. Njakịrị Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world, New York City.
New York.
You may be wondering, why is he sitting down? Well, I'm pregnant. New York City is so great that Zebra was seen taking an evening walk on the street of New York. Oh yeah, watch. Isn't that wonderful? It can only happen in New York. It means that this concrete jungle is now being transformed to a real jungle, which explains why we found two chicks fighting each other on the street of New York the other day. Watch.
Now you should know everything you say. Can and will be used against you someday.
That's not the tape.
You looked at me.
That's not the tape. What's wrong with you, man? Don't you have Lindsay Lohan's tape? The fight? No? Oh, man. All right. Another New York City zebra, Susan Rice, is making some white men in Washington go crazy.
Hey.
The U.S. ambassador to the United Nations is rumored to be Obama's pick for the Secretary of State. And Republicans are going crazy. John McCain said no to Fiakwa. It's not going to happen in my life. They are crying over what Susan Rice said about Benghazi, Libya. But that's not their real reason. The reason is that they cannot stomach having two black people as the first of the United States all over the world for the next 4 years. Yeah, I said it. I said it. To be fair to them, they are mad because Susan Rice was the woman who gave M.K.O Abiola his last tea. The one that he drank and then he went kaput. Hey. Now, remember, George W. Bush, when he came for his second term, he got his own Rice, that is Condoleezza Rice, as his Secretary of State. Obama now wants his own Rice as Secretary of State, but the Republicans are saying no.
Hey.
Come and see Obama. He came out swinging. Watch.
If Senator McCain and Senator Graham and others want to go after somebody, they should go after me. And I'm happy to have that discussion with them. But for them to go after the UN ambassador, who had nothing to do with Benghazi, and was simply making a presentation based on intelligence that she had received, and to besmirch her reputation, is outrageous.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure I've seen that in performance before. Where did I see that? Yes. The American president. Watch.
Sydney Ellen Wade has done nothing to you, Bob. She has done nothing but put herself through school, represent the interest of public school teachers, and lobby for the safety of our natural resources. You want a character to debate, Bob? You better stick with me, because Sydney Ellen Wade is way out of your league. We've got serious problems, and we need serious people. And if you want to talk about character, Bob, you better come at me with more than a burning flag and a membership card. If you want to talk about character and American values, fine. Just tell me where and when, and I'll show up. This is a time for serious people, Bob, and your 15 minutes are up. My name is Andrew Shepard, and I am.
You see what I'm saying? There's nothing new. They just recycle these things, these politicians. Nothing is new in this world. For instance, Jesus Christ died some 2,000 years ago. Is it true? Do you remember? Mm-hmm. Were you there? Mm-hmm. But a new Jesus has since emerged. No, not that one. What's wrong with this man? Not that one. I'm talking about the one that Pope Benedict wrote about in his new book, Jesus of Nazareth, the infant narrative. In the book, the Pope said that the Christian calendar is fake. Totally fake. He said that Jesus was not born on Christmas Day.
Oh, no.
So for that reason, this year's Christmas has been cancelled.
Oh, no.
Santa is not taking it very well. He is on hunger strike. The Pope also wrote that Jesus was not killed by Jews.
What?
According to the Pope, there is a conclusive evidence that Jesus was killed by Boko Haram. Yeah, that explains all this bombing of churches in Nigeria. Talking about Jesus and Jesus people, The great question of this hour is, what kind of jet would Jesus be using if he was alive today?
Private jet.
Yeah, what kind of jet is that? That question has baffled Nigerians whose pastors are on a race
G4.
on who should have the biggest jet. The pastors are fighting over whose jet is bigger than the other person. Well, we sent out our crack reporters and they went out and they found the modern day Jesus. This Jesus has his own jet and we found him. Watch.
To show you his house, we rented this helicopter so you can see his 18,000 square foot mansion valued at over $6 million. He lives in this home outside Fort Worth, Texas. It has beautiful water views and comes complete with a boathouse. But that's not all. Copeland is an avid pilot, and here's his pride and joy, a $20 million Cessna Citation jet. It's the fastest private jet money can buy. He said he needed it to better serve the Lord, and proudly did a flyby for his followers after the church bought it.
Shout amen!
But it's not just one plane. We found a fleet of planes registered to the church. And you won't catch him waiting in line at the airport because he's got his own, the Kenneth Copeland Airport, located right next to his mansion.
Wow.
Like Nigerians, people are asking this new Jesus, why? How many private jets do you have? How many do you need? Here is his answer.
Copeland refused our request for an interview, so we caught up with him at an event in North Carolina.
Why you're living such a lifestyle of luxury off of church donations?
Ma'am, I don't think we have time for this. Thank you.
Why won't you answer our questions?
A hotel employee tried to prevent us from taping.
Well, wait. Hold on.
Come here.
It's just a simple question, sir.
Yes, and I'm going to give you a simple answer.
Thank you.
My lifestyle follows the scripture. We give, we believe, we're open.
You have a fleet of private jets. Why is that necessary? You're a minister. How many private jets do you have?
You're gonna have to go.
That is none of your business.
Right after that, he walked away.
It's none of your business. That's what Jesus said. Unlike Pastor Kenneth Copeland, Bishop David Oyedepo is more classic in his reaction. Here is Oyedepo's reaction when he was asked why he kept so many jets. Watch. Some people they enjoy while others they suffer. If you want to stop people like Oyedepo from dancing at your foolishness, every Sunday you have to ask your pastor, how much money did we make in tithes and offering last Sunday? If your pastor does not tell you that, don't contribute anything next Sunday.
I won't.
Then you watch the dance end like this one. Now here are some news straight from the front page of Nigerian newspapers. The central bank governor Lamido Sanusi has gone rogue again. He wants 50% of Nigerian workforce sacked.
Not lying.
Wow.
I say, why not? Why not? Start with the ghost worker, that one hiding in Aso Rock. But trust the Nigerian Labour Congress, they disagreed entirely. They want Lamido Sanusi sacked for incompetence and also for wearing this to work. Kidnappers in Nsukka, they have floated an association called the Nigerian Professional Kidnappers Association. And it's working very well for them. But not to be outdone, pastors in Lagos, Ibadan, they've floated their own association of pastors who own private jets. You're not laughing. In Osun State, they have a problem, the rape problem. At first, they were going around putting out signs saying, beware of rapists, disarm all rapists. And somebody was going around and saying, it's not their arms that I'm worried about. So now, Osun State, they now came up with a new punishment for rapists. They are going to cut off their penises.
Yeah. Good for you.
I don't think it's bad. I think it's a good thing. The problem is that they now have to fly them to India for the operation. Rape is self-inflicted in at least 90% of cases, says Ibrahim Dan-Soho. Are you not surprised?
Hey, I am.
Rape, self-inflicted, and this is an attorney general of the state of Katsina. That's why I said that universities must have accreditation. I bet you, if you check very well, this man, Ibrahim, is confusing rape with masturbation.
I'm sure.
Which is the one he knows about and he knows. The presidency needs more money for food, says permanent secretary. That's what happens when you spend 60 days and 60 nights in Germany. You acquire new taste.
Hey.
Did you get it?
No.
Hey.
Imo State Governor Rocha Sokorocha goes back to school. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Don't be fooled. I know that Rochas very well. He does not belong to that class.
Why not?
The man dropped out of a first grade class, but he is hanging out with the third grade. He should go lower. The most wanted kidnapper in Delta State has a PhD.
What?
Oh yeah, don't be surprised, because if you go to Abuja, you'll find another kidnapper who also has a PhD. The one that kidnapped our Ruben Abati. Yeah, he has Ruben dressing like him. Watch. Now, EFCC now says that big thieves evade justice by protracting cases. What they mean is that they keep using money to make the cases last long, like Oju Zokalo and all these governors.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know. But I have an idea for EFCC. Since it is hard for them to find justice, I think they should disband themselves and outsource that job to the Scotland Yard. What do you think? What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. Now, students at the University of Abuja were demonstrating recently, and soldiers went there and flogged them.
Hey.
That is physical education 101. But the thing is that they flushed them out of the hostels. But do you know where they went to?
Where?
They fell into the hands of their sugar daddies.
Hey. Not nice.
Now, musician Davido, do you know him?
Yeah.
He turned 20 this last week. He celebrated by having a party with his homies. It was great, women everywhere. My question is, now that he's 20, can he pull up his pants, please?
Please.
Yeah, can he? I'm just asking.
Oh, wow.
A love letter, wadada, love letter, wadada, hey.
It's time for your
Email.
Thank you so much. Our first email is from Marvin. Marvin wrote, "Dear Dr. Damages, I have noticed that you skip your shows whenever you like without giving your viewers notice. Please make this clear to me. Do you reserve the right to skip shows whenever you want without notice? Maybe you need to come out with your own rules like the Egyptian president so that we can gather at the Tahrir Square for you." Marvin, you know, I have big respect for my viewers. I can't do something like that. Yes, we skipped the show last week because it was Thanksgiving. America closed down. You know, Thanksgiving is a time when Americans thank Indians for giving them the land and dying off.
They stole it.
They stole it?
Yes.
Oh. So because everything was closed in America, I used the opportunity to visit Nigeria on the invitation of the president. You know, last week there was a media chat with journalists in Nigeria, and it didn't go well for the president. The journalists there were so intimidated, they could not ask tough questions. So the presidency called me and said, come and ask the president tough questions so that he can regain his credibility. So this is part of our interview with the president. Watch. Yes, Mr. President, this is Dr. Damages. My first question to you is this. We know the names of the children of President Obama, Sasha and Malia. But we don't know the names of your children. Why?
Why?
2014.
Mr. President, I am happy that the First Lady is recovering well. We miss her. I sent her Lucozade and Ribena. Last week, I also sent her 50 Shades of Grey. But it came back to me. Why? I feel she needs to read so that she could recover fully with her mental... Why didn't you give her the book?
It will generate a lot of issues. I don't think any other person has done that.
Mr. President, some stupid journalists at the Punch newspaper, they did some calculation and came up with 30 billion as the amount of money we've lost since you became president.
Times those numbers.
Sir, this is more than the money we spend in budget every year. Why is it easy to steal money from Nigeria?
So easy.
Why, President?
If you keep money on the table where there are so many people and the money is disappearing.
Mr. President, every week, ordinary Nigerians are arrested with millions of dollars in cash, leaving Nigeria at the airport. These are regular people, not permanent secretaries, and no wives of governors. With all these stealings going on in Nigeria, how are you going to reduce poverty as you promised?
I've never promised to reduce poverty. I promised to create wealth.
President, I want you to watch this video. Oh, go back. President Jonathan, please watch this video and then I will ask you the next question. Sir, wow. I understand that these are your two favorite women fighting. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala and Alison Deziani Madueke. They are fighting over money. 1.3 trillion naira in oil subsidy money that Ngozi refused to pay. Why don't you stop the fight, President? Why?
So these are the problems. You are journalists, no more than me.
That's our show for today. Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You heal yourself.
Okay.